Alright guys, today we're going to be installing a stern light with brackets and wiring on a 1982 Boston Whaler 15 Sport. Couple things to note, you're going to notice is different from your boat, is from the factory, Whaler runs the bow light that connects to the stern light out of a box right here on your starboard side. When I put these boats together, I like to have that back portion as clear and clean as possible. I just like to keep it open. I think it's a cleaner look. So I rerun all my wires so it's coming out on the port side. So in essence, the two mounts are going to go right here. We're going to go through mounting that. From Specialty Marine, your light is going to be very tall. It's going to stick up to about this high, which is great. For me, I like it a little lower. Make sure your light's above your motor cowling, but I think it just looks better a little lower. So I chop this down, remove the top, pull the wiring out. We're about to get into that and show you what that looks like here. So in your kit, you're gonna obviously have the light that's attached, one big piece. You're gonna have these two wires for quick connect. You have your brackets and your screws. Most importantly, we've talked about this a few times now, is when drilling into fiberglass, you wanna make sure the screw outside thread is just barely on the inside of this bit, right? Because if we were doing it like wood and our drill bit diameter matched the inside of the screw minus the threads, it'll crack the fiberglass. Not a good time. So friends, this time we're going to use 5/32. Put that in my drill here. We'll get this mounted up pretty quickly here, but let's get in the wiring real quick. So for me, since I removed this light, I'm gonna go ahead and wire this directly to the wire that I'm gonna have run up the side of the boat. So they wired your red to white, your black to blue. I'm gonna trim these here and connect the wire directly. This is all just basic boat wiring here, so fairly simple. Done already, having a wiring kit put together. Everything that you will need is quite nice. We're gonna strip these. So when doing marine wiring, this is not okay. You don't want to use this. The reason being, it pinches and actually breaks this waterproof seal. So you want to get your nice crimps just like this. Get it in there. Alright, so with these being so thin, what we're going to do, let's trash that one, is we're going to strip a little extra. We're gonna fold it in half, just like so. Gives it a little something better to bite on. So now it's nice and on there. Also, you always want to use a non-direct heat source, such as this. Well, it's what you want to use, but it's not working. So we're going to use what you're not supposed to, which is the torch. We're just going to be real light with it. So the key, if you do use a torch, always keep it moving. You see it's kind of melting and filling in those gaps. The great thing about this is once this melts here like you see, it seals to that wire. Makes sure it's not going to pull off. So always keep it moving fast. We don't want anything to burn. Alright. So now it's done. We're going to wire up the wire here after running it through the light. So let me get that spool loom Here we go. So for me, I'm gonna have this wire coming from inside the dash, down the side, into my nice wrap loom I'm gonna do, and come out right here. So also make sure I have enough for that. Actually, we'll just trim this later. Yeah, let's trim that later. So let's do this. Actually, let's go ahead and get these mounted so I can run my wires. Sorry, the bilge is dirty. The right bit here. Yep. For me in this build that I'm doing, I'm not going to use the quick connects. The quick connects should sit right here, so that way you can remove the stern light very easily by just plugging and unplugging it. For this build that I'm doing, to keep a clean look, I anticipate that light's going to stay in place when I mount a nice flag on it, so I'm not going to be using those. Get ya, let's see, nice permanent marker. I use a marker for this. We're loosen this up right here. Slides in like so. Generally mount it just right there. Get it straight up and down. You can get a level if you want. I'm mainly looking for good contact points here. Alright, I like that mounting point. Give it a look here. Yep. Nice and straight. Alright, perfect. So I'm going to apply pressure. Get our Sharpie here. Those are our drill mount points. So as you can see in this build, this nice box special marine, I actually trimmed out a little bit, fit this 12-gallon tank nicely. I'm gonna run all my wires and hidden wires in here. It should be fuel line, so real clean coming down. All right, so let's drill these out. We're gonna verify again it's the right drill bit size. Yep, that's correct, because again, we don't want to crack that fiberglass. We're just gonna drill in just enough. Now, the most important thing about drilling into fiberglass is you do not want to over tighten. If you over tighten it, it'll essentially break and nothing good will happen. So do not use an impact. I'm doing this because that's all I have right now. Before I get the bottom one tight, I'll get the light fixture in there, make sure everything still lines up and looks good. I'm gonna get this wire that I talked about. I'm gonna have it on the bottom side of this. For me, I gotta make sure I get it right in here, so let me set this down. Have it here on the bottom. Again, you don't have to do this. Normally it would just be in the bottom there, but I'm gonna go and walk you guys through the whole wiring portion that I'm doing here. It's stuck on something. Just at the end there. There we go. Oh, perfect. Alright, got that stripped. Twist these. We're red to red, black to black. Again, if you're coming from just a simple light replacement, the wires are already be coming out of an area right here on the other side. The biggest thing is you're barely gonna have enough wire getting out. So you're gonna be real careful when you pull it and be very careful when you crimp it. It'll be tight, but that's the way they do it. This wire actually from the factory will come out right here and run down the side underneath your rub rail, which I haven't installed yet because I still have to run this wiring to my bow light. So let me finish this up, you guys can see. UPS man's rocking out today. All right. So now we're going to pull this wire gently through. Like that right there. All right. I usually have it sitting about right there so you don't really see the bottom edge. or the bottom of the wire. Tighten this up here. Get that light looking straight. Oh, that's good. And like I said, I'm gonna have this wire actually come in to this loom right here. That way you don't see it at all and runs down into the side. So again, that's it. That's your stern light install. Fairly simple, mark straight, looks good.